we just sit around and talk all night, never actually starting the show. So I won't tell you that this is Tech Talk Tonight, episode number 15. I'm joined by my co-host, Gavin Raycamper, all the way up near Chi-Town.
Hello, I have better video today because we're supposedly on a better connection.
We're on the same connection, but we did something different to it.
Actually, I'm getting a yellow now, so maybe not, but we don't have to.
You're getting a yellow? Well,
we don't have to mess with that.
I see a big pink splotch. Never mind.
Hey, that's not funny.
So how are you, sir? It's been a week.
I am excellent. It is very cold up here in Chicago. I almost slipped 5.5 times. Luckily, I travel to work with a huge backpack on my back, so if I fall on my back, it will stop me from breaking my head open.
Is there a laptop in that backpack?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather break my laptop than break my head open, and plus, all my data's in the cloud anyway.
Fair enough. Now, why is it all up there in the cloud? Are you using something along the lines of Chromium?
Well, funny you should ask, Brayden. Have you heard of, so this week, or I guess late last week, Google announced that they are creating laptops, and they're creating a custom operating system for those laptops called Chromium, the Chrome OS, and it's based on their Chrome internet browser. Basically, all it is a Chrome internet browser.
Does it have to be a laptop? Can I run it on a desktop?
I believe you can run it on a desktop.
Can I run it in a virtual machine?
What was that?
Can I run it in a virtual machine?
I don't know. I don't know if they've announced that yet. But they're already creating the hardware. They've partnered with Samsung, I believe. And, yeah, so a lot of the big announcements are that it only has a 16 gigabyte hard drive, and the idea is that all your information will be stored in the cloud anyway. It will be stored in Google Docs or Gmail or, dare we say, Hotmail? I don't know.
Okay, so I have 16 gigs. That's not a lot. That's like my first computer. What if I have a bunch of music? Where is that all going to be stored?
You're streaming it from online. You're using Grooveshark or I don't know, what other streaming sites are there?
Pandora, Last.fm, those guys.
Exactly. There's no reason to store music on your computer locally anymore, according to Google.
All right. What about all my photos that I take that I don't want like out there on Facebook? Where are those going?
In Picasa.
In Picasa.
Picasa web albums.
On web albums.
Yeah, the Google thing.
And movies.
YouTube.
But what if I don't want them on YouTube? What if it's something?
You can make private videos on YouTube.
But that's still out there. What if this is me singing in the shower that I want no possibility, no chance whatsoever to get out there? And, you know, you could be worse than singing in the shower. But what's the security there? Shouldn't I be paranoid that somebody has access to that video that I don't want to?
No.
None whatsoever.
Well, I think they're saying that like this clearly is not a replacement for your computer, but for a lot of people out there, this is all they need, right? Like your grandma, if she had a computer, if she had a phone line,
she's got a phone, computer.
All she would need is this laptop, because most people just browse the web anyway. I mean, a lot of my friends just use the web browser, and I was talking, was it you or someone else I was talking to who was like, actually it was one of Katie's friends. She said like if she didn't have the web on her computer, she wouldn't know what to do. She like literally only uses the computer for the internet.
Understood. And that's going to work out for some people. Not all of us, but, you know, just like the Mr. Jobs said, there's trucks and there's Ferraris as far as computers go.
Exactly.
All right. So I spent my day in the wonderful land of AV people, in the good old DMCA certifications and such. I found it to be an interesting dynamic in the fact that I'm there, I have an IT background, and I'm surrounded by AV people, and all these people are starting to basically crack jokes at the twitchy IT guys. So I'm going to ask you this, Gavin.
That's you? You're the twitchy IT guy?
I'm the twitchy IT guy. Yet that's technically not what I do right now, but what is your definition of bandwidth?
Ooh, this is exciting, because
Yeah.
I have been teaching people this,
Okay.
especially Katie. Bandwidth, wait, are we talking about, like, low-level explanation?
Yeah, pretty low. Go ahead and I'll try to correct you.
So bandwidth is the size of the pipe. Ping time is how long it takes to get from one end of the pipe to the other.
Okay. You're almost on the lines of the AV people then. What about the term data rate? What would you consider that to be?
How fast bits can travel in a second?
Okay, so my home router here is a gigabit router. So that's my bandwidth? Or is that my data rate?
I don't know. But in some sense, bandwidth and data rate are the same thing, I suppose.
The AV people would disagree with you. Right here.
Well, what would you say?
So the analogy they use, data rate is the number of cars traveling down the pipe, and bandwidth is the lanes of the highway, if that makes any sense. Which IT people kind of swap that, more or less, as far as their terms. They measure bandwidth in gigabits, a physical, or not physical, but a quantitative amount, as opposed to a speed, which is how AV people measure bandwidth in megahertz, or megahertz or gigahertz.
Yeah. So every bandwidth will have a theoretical maximum data rate.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you go to the places like, speedtest.net or whatever, they're telling you your amount not in gigahertz, but in gigabits, right?
Gigabytes, yeah, which
Right.
are equivalent.
Are they exactly the same?
Bits and bytes?
Well, no. Hertz versus bytes. Because technically a speed, if that's what speed test is testing...
Aren't they inverses? Like frequency versus, what is it? Katie, what is this? Chat room. It's hertz versus, whatever.
Dude, we probably went too geeky on this, but,
Wavelength versus hertz. You know, like in, light speed, the speed of light?
Right.
It's like a wave.
Yes.
And you've got your wavelength, which is from peak to peak or trough to trough. That's the distance. If you take the inverse of that, it's the hertz, which is the number of times per second the crest or trough passes a point. And a hertz is 1/seconds, Katie says.
Now you got me looking up. They don't use crest and trough. They're using...
No, I'm just
I know, you're using different terms. I just thought it was funny as far as the different terminology and people that AV were using and IT was different. And I should probably even go down to farther. AV is audio-video people dealing with projectors and stuff. That's what
they know that.
Okay.
It's Tech Talk tonight.
It's true. Some do. They did show some interesting organic light emitting diode stuff, OLED and stuff. Basically being able to take a screen and bend it. I thought that was pretty cool. There's some great YouTube stuff out there. Go check out OLEDs.
That's pretty awesome.
Indeed.
And while I'm at YouTube, am I going to be voting for our next logo?
Sure. Wait, what? We're voting for the logo on YouTube?
I was just transitioning. Just go with it.
All right. Are you ready for this new logo to appear?
Yeah, I think we should have the chat room vote on it.
All right. Well, I don't have the old logo that I just kind of threw together one day, but give me a drum roll here. That is pathetic. Here we go. Hey! And Gavin can't see it. But everybody else can. So we want to thank Mr. Doug Lyttikin. Lyttikin style. Nice. Yes, Doug designed us up a nice logo. He had a little free time, and I think that's going to be it. Does anybody else get the vibe that the bottom 4 boxes are like an input?
No, not at all.
Not at all? No, nothing?
They kind of remind me of like party lights, actually.
All right. I can see that. All right. Goodbye, logo. But
Wait,
you'll be seeing more.
Wait,
of
we have to vote. Okay, Clayton says yes. Katie, yes or no?
Does everybody know the old logo?
I hope they all know that
Blue
who
and orange.
Doug is. The drunk,
Doug,
shady guy.
Go back and watch Tech Talk Tonight episode 1, I believe. He was on a bunch of the early ones. We need to get him back on. See what's going on at NASA.
Yeah, so we can make fun of him.
We don't want to make fun of Doug. Although, is he at NASA right now?
No, he's probably putting up Christmas lights.
If you're in the Breeze area, go check out the Litikin Homestead on
PioneerCourtChristmas.com.
There you go, PioneerCourtChristmas.com.
I think it's Pioneer CT.
All right, let's see here. What else is going on in the world? I had a fun little article I read. Now, granted, this is on the wonderful site crack.com, but it was a fun article in the fact that the article is entitled 10 Mind-Blowing Easter Eggs Hidden in Famous Albums, and I'll take you through them quickly here. I didn't like the Jimi Hendrix one, but basically they're saying there's an alien message if you, what was it, slow it down? But anyway, that's not a good one. In Radiohead, Radiohead hides it. The booklet, there was an entire, basically, hidden underneath. I don't have a CD case around here, but okay, so you have the booklet on. Okay, you open up your CD case and you have the normal booklet here to where you read all the lyrics and stuff. If you take out the CD and then the thing that holds the CD in there, underneath that black plastic part, in between the black part and the clear part of the actual CD outside case, there was another booklet. And inside this booklet, it had all kinds of weird kind of poetry, and people thought was like Nostradamus and predicted the future and said 9/11 was going to happen. But really, it was just future lyrics of songs that they were going to use almost 10 years later.
So, how much did it cost them to put that extra booklet in? Like, probably like millions and billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars, that's exactly how much. No. But then we go on to Radiohead's album, 10 years later then. That one is called In Rainbows, which was 10 years after OK Computer, sorry. But the fun thing with these two albums, you have OK Computer and In Rainbows, and if you basically take the songs and intersperse them, play one song, I forget which one goes first, but the songs flow into each other. So
that's just a coincidence. It's the same beats per minute.
I don't know if they planned it, but I'm going to say they did plan it.
Well, what's that thing that they, like, if you play Led Zeppelin backwards from the beginning of Wizard of Oz, it, like, goes with the...
It's not backwards, but if you just play Dark Side of the Moon, it will follow along with the Wizard of Oz. That is pure conjecture. You do have... Oh, okay, so this one's a fun one. Aphex Twin gives you nightmares. There we are. Now, granted, this is kind of a crazy picture he did here, but if you put the song into a spectrograph, and this is actually the name of the song right here, they call it The Equation, you get this dude's face in the spectrograph of the song. That's kind of cool.
That is really cool. I'll give you that one.
He also hid his cats in there. All right.
Wait, but how do you do that?
Basically, when you listen to it, you just hear static. So they digitally went in there and added the image within the spectrograph. It's kind of the same way that they do cryptology, where they, you hide text inside of a photo file, but the photo looks like all crap, but then when you re-encode it to be a text file, it's, the right text. It's basically the same type of way. All right, so we were talking about Pink Floyd's. Here we are with the Pink Floyd's The Wall, which this has an actual backmask in it. Which, do we know the process of backmasking, Gavin?
No.
When you play it backwards, it sounds like it's saying something.
Oh.
But instead of, Satan says, eat all your green beans, which doesn't act... this was actually put in there, and it says, "Congratulations, you found the secret message. Right to Old Floyd at the Funny Farm." All right, I'm not doing these as much justice as they were.
We could just give the link and people can read it. Yeah,
That's true. This is actually a fun one, though. On old records, this was a Monty Python album. On the old records, you basically had a way that you could do 2 different tracks of audio. Now we're talking old school, have a record player and put the little needle in there. Well, you have those grooves in there. And there's actually a way that you can put different songs on the grooves right next to each other. Well, they more or less made an entire record, didn't put anything about this on there, but if you hit the 1 track, you got the whole album. If you hit the 2 track, it's completely blank. It sounds like there's nothing on the album whatsoever.
interesting.
All right, so that one didn't do it for you. We'll skip right to the beginning, or the... All right,
Last one.
the last one.
All right.
This is on vinyl again, and they hid a text file in the vinyl.
I've got to be honest, Braden. Vinyl does not impress me.
But the fact that, okay, the track was titled 300 bits per second N81, which is a terminal mode for ASCII download. You had to...
So they're telling you how to do it.
Yeah. But
Well, that takes out all the fun out of it.
But that was the track title. They didn't say anything other than that. The track title being that. And if you listen to the song, it was crap. It was just bumps and tweaks. All right.
Anyway,
You're clearly
What's up?
unimpressed. What do you got?
I'm moving on. What else do we have?
All
I
right.
think we need to wrap it up soon because we promised our many viewers that we keep them short and a longer post after show.
It's true.
But one last thing.
What you got? I got one
Mark
thing, too.
Zuckerberg is in Time Magazine, blah, blah, blah. It should have been the WikiLeaks guy.
It should have been?
I think it should have been. Who cares about Mark Zuckerberg?
The Oscars probably will, and the fact that I bet you that's Best Picture of the Year.
Okay, well, I mean, the bottom line is that Time is only here to make money, and they just choose the person who they think will sell the most number of magazines.
You don't think that Mark Zuckerberg isn't the big story right now, though? The WikiLeaks guy is, and
Yeah, but Mark Zuckerberg is more pop culture.
so you think he's more marketable?
Yeah, no joke.
Nope.
No one even knows what WikiLeaks are. My dad did not know what WikiLeaks is.
My
I was
father.
like, what? My dad was like, did I tell you this? I think I said this last week. He was asking me, what's that WikiLeaks? Is that related to Wikipedia?
Okay.
And I mean, I guess it is because it is a wiki. But how do you explain that it's not it's not the same?
Go to Wikipedia and look up WikiLeaks, Gavin. The first line on there is Wikipedia is not in no way affiliated with WikiLeaks. We just looked this up.
WikiLeaks, not links.
Leaks, sorry. We looked this up just about an hour ago at my in-laws' house, which they all know who Julian
Assange or something.
Assange? Okay.
I don't know.
So, you know, it's making its rounds. People are picking up what this is all going on about, and, you know, our good old friends Anonymous have picked up the fight.
Well, they are both wikis, so they're not affiliated, but they are. It's like a similar. Is WikiLeaks even? They might be running MediaWiki, which is the platform that Wikipedia runs on.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly it. And I believe wiki is just a translates to word. I believe it's just another. I don't know. Anyway.
Can you even get to WikiLeaks? I've never been to this website, to be honest.
That was a big issue because they stopped DNS support on them.
Oh, I got to it. It's a IP address now.
Yeah.
If you search WikiLeaks and Google, it's the third result, the straight up IP address. That's pretty impressive.
But other people were linking to it and stuff. And then they had a big thing with PayPal. PayPal stopped supporting them. Yanked their account or whatever, and then people were up in arms in the fact that PayPal has supported the Ku Klux Klan for years, and now they're a hate group, and this is people just giving out information that it goes into the argument of morality of whether they should or shouldn't, but it's it's info, it's out there.
Well, anyway, there's lots of stuff we could have also talked about the 4chan hacking life hacker this week, but we don't have enough time for that because we have to roll out of here. But maybe people can look that up. They'll be in the show notes possibly.
We could have also talked about GoldenEye Source coming out, the good old N64, very popular multiplayer game being re-encoded for the Source engine on computers.
Are we going to play that this week?
I really hope so. I plan on installing it here soon.
It's a date.
Excellent. All right, sir. It has been a good one. I'm sure that we've bored our audience to death. As always, thank you for being here. Chat room, you are awesome. I will read everything you said, I swear, here someday if I find my mouse. Gavin, thank you. That's not Gavin. There he is. Adios.
Bye.